Namaste. Namaste. Commerce students எல்லாருக்குமே 3 options இருக்கு. That is apart from their degree, 3 விதமான professional courses பண்ணலாம். CMA, CA, CS. நிறைய பேர் ஒரு சில கோர்சஸ் எடுப்பாங்க, சில பேர் வேண்டாம்னு இருக்கலாம், இதெல்லாம் டஃப்னு நினைக்கலாம். பட் இன்னைக்கு நான் இன்டர்வியூ பண்ண போறேன் or chat பண்ண போற person is a student who has done all these 3 courses. Done are not just done இல்ல. CMA ல அவங்க இன்டர்ல ஆல் இந்தியா ரேங்க் நம்பர் 1. டோட்டலா 50 ரேங்க்ஸ் தான், அதுல ஆல் இந்தியா ரேங்க் நம்பர் 1. CS எக்ஸிகியூட்டிவ்ல ஆல் இந்தியா ரேங்க் நம்பர் 3. அண்ட் இப்போ CA ஃபைனல் டிசம்பர் 21ல எழுதினாங்க, பிப்ரவரி 22 ரிசல்ட் வந்தது. அதுலயும் she has secured an all India rank 13. அதாவது டோட்டலா 50 ரேங்க் தான் எந்த கோர்ஸ்லயுமே, அதுல எல்லா லெவல்லயும் ரேங்க் வாங்கி, பட் அட் த சேம் டைம் வெரி டவுன் டு எர்த், very wonderful to mingle and talk with. I'm introducing to you Romitha, a rank holder at all levels in all courses. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So let's start with how you feel in the rank.
CA final, I really did not expect a rank as such. I wanted to clear my examinations. So rank was definitely like the most happiest moment for me, because as you said, I got a rank in CS and CMA. So in CA Inter, I could not get a rank. So this was my final opportunity to get a rank in all the 3 courses. So I was extremely happy. More than me, I think my parents were so happy about it, like when they saw my marks and results as such. So
yeah, you didn't expect a rank, சொன்னேன். நான் உனக்கு ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு ஸ்டோரி சொல்றேன். I sent to Dinesh Jain, Ranjana and Sudha got a rank. Dinesh Jain reply was, what is Romitha's rank? So it is something like they was very sure that Romitha is going to get a rank. So that is the expectation to சொல்லலாம், confidence to சொல்லலாம். That's the confidence you have built on yourself by your classroom performance. Actually எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்ச ஒரு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் வந்து உன்னுடைய டிபில இருக்கிற ஒரு விஷயம். நான் அடிக்கடி அதை பார்த்திருக்கேன் லாஸ்ட் 1 இயராவே. Your hard work hard not to sign working paper but to sign financials. Now you have the right to sign financials.
yes, sir. I mean, I started writing quotes during articles only. So that was like one source of motivation for me. Initially, I started writing normal quotes, but then I wanted to link the subject. So I came up with that as an idea and I started building. So that was one of my personal favorite quotes also, because in articles you used to like prepare work papers, but when the partner signs the financials, that's like a whole lot of responsibility, but still that amount of, pride and satisfaction at the end of the day because of your job. So that was the motivation for me, I would say, throughout the...
That was a fantastic quote. So let's go back to your journey. Actually, இந்த 3 கோர்ஸுமே நான் படிக்க போறேன் நீ எப்போ முடிவு பண்ண?
Honestly, my parents or my family did not have any CA background, as I mentioned. So this was CA itself was completely new for them. So my intention was also that first I need to start with the CA course, and I wanted to do a college along with it. My parents were very particular about it, that you should experience the 3 years of college life. So I'm definitely grateful that I got to experience that. So since I completed CA during the initial stages of my college, that is when I kind of like searched what else could I do, because I just don't want to like only spend another 2 years completing my college. So I thought like probably the other courses would motivate me. CS was my favorite because I have like preference for law as a subject. That's my area of interest. So that course is completely built based on various forms of law. So I think that was one course that I really liked and I wanted to do it. And CMA was just an additional course that I preferred at that time.
Hey, extremely brilliant to know that you are a first generation chartered accountant and straight away with a triplet degree you are going to come out with. That itself is a very big motivation. Okay, இப்போ coming to CA journey. Inter எப்படி இருந்தது? Final. First inter journey எப்படி இருந்தது?
So inter journey for me, I think it was a little bit stressful initially, because along with college, To do a CA course, I think it requires a lot of courage. People discontinue college, but I'm so happy that I did not take that decision and I was able to manage both during my inter preparation. So I would say that inter was a preparation where I did understand the subject, but it was only a lot of things that was really new for me at that time. But when it shifted to the final preparation, that articleship phase really molded me. I was able to understand things in a much wider sense, and there was a lot of practical application also, which I kind of learned. So I think it was more holistic when I prepared for CA final.
So final preparation, what was the challenging time that you had?
Challenging time was, I think, the classes with articleship. I think the first year of work was normal. We used to go to the client place. But during COVID, we had to shift to this work from home model, which was really hectic, sir, because we used to like do various clients, and there were no fixed timings at that point of time. So it was always like available for work. But I really took that decision that I need to commit some time for my classes. I really cannot compromise with my syllabus completion. So that was the challenging part, to manage the work along with the classes. And anyways, after the work, we did get like a 5 months of study leave. So there was no compromise, and because of the delays in examination, there was another 1 month also additional benefit, so which we used for another revision as such. So I think the study leave phase was pretty easy for me, because the entire focus was only on learning. And I think the managing of work from home was a challenge for me.
That's an interesting thing that you had to manage, because there was no fixed hours of work, and at the same time manage with all recorded classes or live classes online. So that is one particular phase you went through. In the final, in the study leave, how did you plan to?
My strategy, I would frame it is, I was very clear that I need to complete my classes before I go for a study leave. But I want to address one thing here, that is something that every ranker or any person would dream of. Is it practically possible? No. The answer is also, I want to be clear there, because I did have to compromise during the last 3-4 months. I analyzed myself, where do I stand, how many classes are still there, do I need to go to like a fast track for audit? I didn't start classes, so I preferred a fast track mode. So that choice and analysis was going on during the last 3-4 months. And then before I started my study leave, I had a solid plan for the next 5 months. What am I going to do? Not a very detailed plan, but I would say it's very important to at least have an overview. What is my journey for the next 5 months? How am I going to split the subjects? So coming to that 5 months, I believed in like 3:2:1. So I fixed like I need to revise 3 times, I need to write 2 mock tests, and I need to have a solid 1-day strategy, 1.5 days before the examination. So I started with my detailed revision in the first 3 months. I tried to like take 2 subjects at a time, and worked out the ratios, and try to complete the first detailed revision. And then I went for like a marathon revision, where in 2 months I used to like take 1 subject, complete it, and I used to put the timetable in that way. And the last one was the finale revision, like a very short 3-4 days, so that because during exam we have very less time, so I wanted to complete it extremely fast, so that I get used to that kind of environment also. And when I did my finale revision, I also went through like a 1.5 day strategy. I crafted it at that time itself. What should I do in that 1.5 days? What are the topics that I need to cover, and all those things. And another important thing that I feel is, I'm not a very person who takes a lot of notes, but I used to follow the summary of adjustments approach. For every subject, I had a book where I kind of wrote down all the mistakes that I've made, all the concepts that are very new. So I think before exam, when you go through that book, you have all the places where you've done mistakes, and that's not going to happen in the exam. So I think that helped me a lot.
Excellent. And the 1.5 days, அதுதான் எனக்கு ரொம்ப important. That's what should happen in that 1.5 days?
So 1.5 days, I would say it depends on the subject, sir. Like just to give a broad outlook, you can divide it as practical papers and for law papers. So for practical papers, what I did was, I used to like schedule what are the topics I need to cover right from the time I come after the exam till the time before examination. So when I come back from the examination, I used to take some light topics. So for practical papers, anyway, we have sums. So I used to make like a particular chart where if it's an SFM or FR subjects, I used to mark the sums. What are the sums and the page number? So if I go through my summary of adjustments book, I get the concept right. Then I go to that book and I refer the sums. Only those selected sums which I have marked before, I go through them. During the breaks in that 1.5 days, I go through the ICI MCQ booklet. So in that, I used to mark certain tricky MCQs. So that will be my break time. So I just run through those MCQs during the break time. And this was mostly for the practical papers. For theoretical papers, when you come back from the exam, I started with light topics because you'll be really exhausted that day. So start with light topics, but the next day you need to structure it like what are the topics you'll cover in the morning session, evening, and towards the night or such, and go through your summary materials. And I did not do anything absolutely new. Whatever I've already done, I've ensured that I revised it so that it kind of retains, and go through the section numbers or any important adjustments. The day, the morning time during your examination, I went through the RTPs, MTPs, and definitely the key points, whatever I've written before. So it's like a refresher just before the exam.
Great, Romitha. Going out of this preparation, how did your parents feel?
My parents were extremely happy, sir. So as I told, they did not expect a rank. There was no pressure on me. Just that I thought that it's good to get a rank because this is the final for this professional course. So I wanted to get a rank, and they were extremely happy. So I think even during the preparation time, whenever I was not, I was feeling very low or something, there was tremendous amount of support from my parents. They always put me in a comfortable spot. Despite whatever was going on at that time, I used to get all the support. I used to think my only job is to read. I just have to study. They're doing so much for me, so I really could not complain. And when they also saw the result of it, extremely, they were very proud of me and happy. So it was
absolutely. You made not only your parents, the society, and all your friends and everybody associated with you very happy. What next?
So I think I'm trying to search the answer for that question. I've been talking to a lot of people to understand, because I just want to get that next step right also. So it's a confusing part for me to decide where I really belong to. I've been seeking guidance, and I just hope I'll take the right decision in terms of job. And I also want to study further other courses. So it's not going to end here.
Yeah, don't end your academic journey here. You have a long stretch. You have been an inspiration to many, actually, wonderful. And I wish that all through your life you go with this success. I pray God for that. Thank you very much, Romitha. It was a wonderful thing, and partly being your teacher also, I know how I enjoy teaching you, and I wish that for your life you are more successful.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.